hair.
Yeah, you make sure you're presentable. All right. Well, we have a new setup that we are not used to.
Figuring it out.
Yes. So we have to kind of, well, one,
should check how the audio is.
Yes. Can you hear us okay before everyone really shows up? Man, this is just weird because my hair, look how my
white
hair.
It is.
No, it's a disaster. Like I should have at least made it up or something before we even. Why didn't you tell me? It was so bad until I turned the camera on. So sounds good. Everyone's giving thumbs up.
That didn't make it any better. Look at that little.
I don't know what to do. It's time for a haircut. Hopefully before the huddle.
Why are you just shoving it up like a mohawk?
This is opposite too. So like if I'm touching, we haven't even started yet. I'm so sorry. But if I touch this side of my head, it's the opposite side of my head on the screen. This is going to really mess with me. This is going to be difficult.
Yeah, see, I'm actually on your left, but I'm in.
Yeah, but you're on my right. So like if I'm.
Okay, what are they saying about the sound?
We got a big thought. Did you see that big thought bubble like thing that popped up on your head?
Who did that?
I don't know how they did that. It was like a big thumbs up over your head. That's fun. I'm pretty easily amused. Okay.
Here we are.
Big Bear says, I'll give you a haircut. I don't know who Big Bear is off the top of my head, but if you're a big bear.
He's going to give you a haircut.
Well, it could be a woman. I guess it'd be Mama Bear.
Well,
or Baby Bear or Little Bear.
Stop. You're going to get us in all kinds of trouble.
I'm already hot.
It's me, Jerry. Hi, Jerry. I didn't know Jerry cuts hair. He could shave it.
Jerry? No. You be good to me. Okay. I'm turning this so it's not so.
Are you hot already?
Yeah, I'm already hot. I just got started. Okay.
Okay, it's 8:30.
It is 8:31.
Pay attention, people.
We have not done a live in I don't know how long. It's been a long time. It feels like it's been.
I think it was February.
Forever. And
maybe.
Yeah. So, and here's a fun fact before we even get going. Okay.
Megan would know.
Megan would know. Megan knows all.
Yes.
Well, not everything. She knows a lot of things. She doesn't know all. She's not like Oz behind the curtain.
Just what were you going to tell them?
We have grown since the Tampa RV show over 22%, which also means there are 6,000 new people in the Switch crew. So congratulations. And this may be your very first live.
Yes, welcome.
And we might have to say we're sorry by the end of it because things I don't, it's unscripted. Well, we're never scripted.
We're never scripted.
And I do tend to squirrel, and Sheila tries to keep me on pace.
If they watch their channel, our channel, it's nothing new. Like it's all the same.
No.
You squirrel, I try to re-guide and redirect.
So we have, since we haven't done this, there's almost 200 of us on here. Here's the thing. I'm kind of excited. So
obviously
I am, because there's so many new Switch crew, they don't know the ground rules. The ground rules. We need to get a t-shirt that says ground rules on it because we have to have ground rules when we do a live.
We don't need a shirt like that.
Well, we have lots of shirts. We just don't have a ground rules shirt. So anyway, put that on Megan's checklist.
Megan, she knows better.
So here's the ground rules. We try to only go for 1 hour. Why? Because we don't. We
can
could
talk
go
forever.
Yeah, we could go everywhere. And you would probably be like, if you're a type A personality, we could really annoy you. And that would not be fun. Sheila does well, but she's been stuck with me for a while. So I'm like a acquired taste at times. We've made comments before where I've said, I'm like a fungus. I grow on you. slowly.
27 years. Still
Real
growing.
slowly. Still growing. So 1 hour. If you have questions, we would love to answer your questions. And what happens is if you type them over here, we try not to look at the comment section because it'll squirrel us real fast. So if it's a great question, then Megan finds it, throws it into a spreadsheet so Sheila can feverishly type away, and then we can see those questions. And then as we answer them, she highlights them because she's a type A personality. And then if you give like super chats and stickers, we don't miss those either. They go into the spreadsheet so we can come back to them. Is that everything on the ground rules? I feel like I've talked a lot.
You should tell them who Megan is. You didn't.
Oh!
You tell them she puts that on the spreadsheet.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so all the new people, Megan actually works with us.
She's part of the team.
She is part of the team. She is behind the scenes. She is feverishly always helping with the crew campouts, with the huddles. If you make any kind of different, I don't know, buying a ticket, she makes sure that you're plugged in and that you will generally meet her at one of the events, possibly with her husband or her children or the whole family. And they're probably sitting in their living room right now on pins and needles watching this. Does that help tell who Megan is?
Okay, that's the ground rules.
It is the ground rules. We covered that in like 5 minutes. Oh gosh. But thank you so for all the new people that have joined this crazy journey. You are joining now. I mean, yes, we've been on the road for 3.5 years. Do you want to kind of give a really quick synopsis of how we got here and what's happened?
Okay, while we do that, just want to reiterate, if you have a question, type it in over there. We will get to it. Megan will put it in there and we will get it crossed off the list.
Good job.
Just there you go. Make sure you ask.
And it can be
That's what our lives are for.
Any question.
Yep.
We may choose not to answer it, but you can ask anything. That's fair.
Fair. So yes, let's give you a quick, let's rewind real quick and see, just give them a synopsis, a quick snippet.
Yes, because there are so many new people in a short amount of time.
Yeah.
And they might not have gone back to the very beginning to watch our earlier stuff to understand how we even got on the road. Yeah.
Yes. So the year was...
Oh, gosh.
The year was 2019. And in August, Todd lost his... We had never RV'd before.
No.
Never owned an RV.
No. Never thought about it.
Nope. I went camping with Girl Scouts in a tent. That's about it. But in August, we lost his mom with breast cancer.
Yep.
And then just 4 short months later, we lost my dad unexpectedly to a surgery complication. And then come right after that, COVID kind of hit. And my dad had a 5th wheel that he was going to save. And I think he took it out once, maybe twice. And he was going to go and see the United States once he retired, him and his wife. And then that he never got to realize that dream. So during COVID, Todd said, let's just take the 5th wheel, get out of this city. So we went to the lake, just hung out there with it. And Todd said, what if?
What if?
It's kind of how a lot of our conversations in our house go. What if? What if?
What if we did sell everything and we jumped in an RV and just seen? She had that she's always wanted to see all the major national parks and all that stuff. And life is so short. So that was kind of the idea, was going out for 1 year and seeing as much as we possibly could.
Yep. So we sold things, sold them things that my dad had left for us, and decided we'd use that money. So I quit my job. He quit his job, and we set out on a 1-year adventure. And here we are, 4 years later.
Just like that. I mean, that is a very brief synopsis, but we did videos our very first 3. We did 3 videos a week our first year.
So if you're going to try to catch up,
good luck.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, the people that get to do that.
Our first videos, they really kind of sucked.
Well, I mean, some people don't like our current videos.
This
so
is true.
I mean,
this is true.
They do improve. If you go back to they do improve.
They still suck, but they're improved suckage.
Yeah. We're like I said, we're an acquired taste. But we want to bring you along in all of our like travels and what's going on and things that are happening currently. And I know we have this new RV and people ask questions about that. We've never been really about the RV. We've always been about going out and seeing the things around. The reason you get an RV is so you can see the things around you. And so we're going back on adventures. We just finished something with Jesse. I was trying to catch a gator, which I was so close. My hands, my bare hands, are like bare curls. I was going to rip them right out of the water. He was only this long, but I was so close. So I like adventures, and Sheila likes to take me on hikes. And so we're getting ready to start all new adventures.
There's just so much to see. And we had no idea, because when we had traveled before, we really just traveled from a plane to a hotel, and then you kind of go see what's in the area. But boy, RV life allows you to see so much more off the beaten.
Yeah, and we're all about like take whatever you have currently. Like if you have, a truck camper, it doesn't matter. We just feel like you will remember all the places you go and see, even if it's family. That's the most important part, right? Is to build the memories with those you love. And it doesn't. This is just stuff. And what's important is to go and do. So I'm so excited about what this year is going to bring and all the craziness that's going to happen and all the excitement. And that's what we're going to talk about, some of those things this evening, and kind of paint a picture for you and answer your questions.
Yeah, some people are saying that they're having problems with the sound in and out. I just checked if she's okay, so I don't know.
It will be recorded too, so if something happens, YouTube will render it, and then you'll be able to watch if you miss something.
Yeah, so hopefully that'll
hopefully that's not the case.
All right, so let's hop into some questions real quick, and then we'll come back. So that's kind of how we do it. We gave you like a little zoop, and then we answer some questions. So Leonard.
Zoop. Can you
Leonard,
see that?
Yeah. Can you not?
No, I can't. It's dark. You need to turn that brightness up.
Will that help?
But how about you read the question, and then
can you read it now?
No, but that's okay. What?
So Leonard Long.
Yes.
Asks, I've not seen your name in the chat before. So hello. Welcome. He asks, why did you choose a Mack Anthem over a Volvo or other trucks?
Oh, I like truck questions. Quite honestly,
you're like a 10-year-old.
We chose it. I know this is going to sound totally crazy, and I understand it. Volvo makes Mack, or Volvo bought Mack. We liked the looks of the Mack truck because of the boxiness of it. And we liked Peterbilts, but we don't have Peterbilt money. Like Peterbilts are like,
I love the lines of the Peterbilt, but dang, that's out of our budget.
Yeah, so we saw a Mack when you're traveling around the United States. The cool part is you see different things. What we learned was on the East Coast, we kept seeing Mack trucks everywhere, and we're like, man, I really like the looks of that. And so when we started looking for used, we actually stumbled upon a Mack truck down in Oklahoma, and that's how we ended up. I wish there was some better story. If you watch the RV we'll probably cover that, but the RV Revolution, if you watch that, you will see kind of the whole synopsis and how we found the truck, what happened, how it was a complete show just to get the truck. So we do cover that in that series, but that's the reason why. Not very glamorous, but
yeah, I guess we just liked the lines. We just liked the way.
Yeah, we really liked it. Yeah.
Yep. We do need to take a hot minute and do a huge shout out and thanks to Fred and Carrie for that.
That's such a blessing.
Sticker donation. Thank you guys. We are excited to see you. They're coming to the New York huddle.
Yes.
So we will see you guys there. Looking forward to that.
Awesome.
Okay, next question. Off we go. Jeff Wagner, how's the knee, Todd?
Okay, if you don't know, I had torn meniscus, and that's because Sheila got me a one wheel, and because I wanted a 1 year wheel for so long, and I had this thing is like, if we could ever get to 50,000 subscribers, I'm gonna get a one wheel. And she goes, we're never getting to 50. I'm just buying you a one wheel. So it's a true story. So she gets me the one wheel Christmas over a year ago. And she left to go somewhere, and within 2 hours, I had fallen on my back in the middle of the road and torn my meniscus in my knee. And I dealt with it for over a year. And I had torn meniscus surgery probably 8 weeks ago, but longer, probably longer. I don't even know now, probably over 10 weeks. And it's great. I would say I am 80%. I still deal with pain because in the middle of that, I found out that I have arthritis.
We're aging quickly over here.
So I will say I am, every once in a while I get a hitch in my giddy up, but other than that, I mean, I feel better. So when we do hikes and stuff, I'll probably still complain. I just won't be in as much pain. I'm not going to use it as an excuse. That's what I told Sheila. I do use it as an excuse sometimes when I don't want to go into Target or some of the stores. I'm just being honest.
Yes, and I actually prefer you to sit in the truck.
I know.
Okay. All right. Inner Space Available. That's kind of a cool name. Not seen that one either. Inner Space Available.
Yeah.
How is Todd liking the big rig to drive, and what are the challenges?
Ooh, big rig questions. I have only backed up 3 times. It is going down the highway. It's fabulous. 54 feet long. We'll cover this in the video, but Sheila has been following and been doing blocking. But other than that, I am slowly getting my feet underneath me. And
I think you're doing a great job.
Yeah, I think
you're doing a great job.
Still a lot to keep aware of your surroundings.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
This will change some of our first year. Oof. So back to you, those that are new. Our first year, like we were just hightailing it. Like we were moving like every 3 to 5 days, sometimes even like days. We were unloading, looking around because somebody wanted to do 3 videos a week. And so you got to keep doing like going places to get content too, right? So we were moving quickly. And
we didn't know anybody would even watch.
We were just out to see all the things. Like here's the bucket list. And then I'm going to go back to work and we're going to go back to, we're from Kansas City. We're going to go back to Kansas City. And so we really moved quickly. Now with this setup, I foresee as probably slowing down where we'll move every 7 to 10 days, somewhere in that. Completely. I think that's a slower pace.
For us, yeah.
For us.
And we get to, now that we've kind of tootled around a little bit, we get to stay in a place and go explore more into areas we wouldn't have normally. So we only say this, we've only been out for like 3 weeks.
Yeah,
like
this is still we're still on our shakedown trip. Like we were at one spot boondocking, now we're at another location. We had to come to Florida because, sometimes I'm a planner. I love to plan things. I plan things out. I had planned that we would leave our motorcycle and some things in Florida because we were going to take possession of our new rig after the Tampa RV show. So I thought it just is efficient. Another thing I love, efficiency. Let's just unload some things that we don't need. We'll put them in a storage unit here. And then that way we don't have to move them all about the country. So then when we were delayed because of the build being delayed, we then had to make it all the way down to the middle of Florida to pick up said items we left behind.
Yes.
So we're now in Florida.
We
have all of our belongings together.
Yes. Finally, we closed out the other storage unit like a week or so ago, week and a half ago.
Picked up the motorcycle.
It was dead.
Yeah, it sat there for a while.
Yeah, but everything's good. I mean, just like we were just talking about today was like the first time we were like, okay, I think we're actually settling in. I cooked. Yes, we cooked on a grill.
You got the grill hooked up for me. Not sure if some of the things are working correctly, but you still got it hooked up for me.
Sure did.
It's a little high. I need a stool to cook on the grill.
Well, your boy Todd made this. You know, we could go into this. It could be a whole video, but I made a shelf, but the shelf's a little high.
He forgot that I'm like 5'2".
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's okay.
It's okay. It's fine.
We're figuring it out.
It's fine.
All right. Let's see what other questions we have.
Oh, boy.
Oh, Tinkerbell. I haven't talked to her in a long time. All right, girl. Tinkerbell asked, was the wait for the rig worth it?
Yes.
Oh, gosh.
It is. It is one of those things, though. It is. I mean, there's so many components to that question. The answer is yes. Well worth it. Yeah. But it's for the vision of where we're going is the reason it's worth it. Somebody asked me, like, now... we were not expecting. Yes, this RV is a bit atrocious. It's big. Like, when I say atrocious, I mean it's just big. It's monstrous. And when we pulled into 2 RV parks, we have now brought everyone to the curb, and they take videos and pictures as we drive by. And
for a little bit of a spectacle.
20 to 30 people watching us back in and set up, and they don't even know who we are.
They cheered for Todd when he got backed in. They're like, "Oh yay, you did it!"
And then I was like, "Thanks." So, but where we're going, we're not out here to try to bolster sales for spacecraft. I think this was the misnomer a lot of people are thinking. Has nothing to do. Spacecraft, this is a tool for you or all of us to have a place that we can now not rely on like an RV park to host our events.
Yeah, and we'll talk about some of those plans here in a little bit.
But now think of it, we're out in a desert or out in an RV park that has extra room. And now we have the LED wall, and we can have musicians, and now we all come in and we camp together, and it becomes the place where we can all gather around and have that entertainment or have some fun activities. So this is about whatever people have to come and be part of.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if people have a truck camper or where, you know, the brand new Zephyr that we just did a video on tonight. Like, it doesn't matter. We just want people to come out and be a part. But in addition to that, one of my answers for that question, Tinkerbell, would be we work a lot, like what we're doing with the events and all the things we have coming and the YouTube channel. It is a lot of work. And now I have a place to work. Before, like, that's true. We were just sitting on top of each other, and now we have, and we don't have a home back in Kansas City. We go back and see our kiddos, but I just feel like we have a home. Yeah. And it'll help us maintain our vision and our focus and where we're going, and keep us rooted into a community
basis where we can come see you and hang out, and it's about the community. Yeah. So that's the way we envision it. Is it worth it? Yes. It was a very long road. Man, that was a long road.
Look at that color of that hair. It was a long road.
But it was good.
Talk
to us in another 6 months, and we should be really
settling in, and it feels like I have a home now.
Yeah.
So that's good. Okay. Nancy asked if we are going to the Hershey show. We are.
That's a short answer. Yes.
Yes, we are. And let me tell you, we are going to do a meet and greet while we're there. We're still working on contracts and stuff like that, but it'll probably be like a Thursday night. And we will probably have that information for you on the June live. Or you can also make sure you sign up for our newsletter, because we'll always put it in there. We just do a newsletter once a month, but that'll be in there. Hopefully we'll know the details May, June. But we are going to be at the Hershey show. I haven't been there since our very first year out.
It's a different experience than the Tampa RV show, because the Hershey show is more compressed together. They do have a ton of RVs. So
it's where all the new stuff comes out.
Yes. All right. Do you have any updates?
Okay, let's do some updates. We've got a lot of questions, so we're going to have to hurry through these, babe. because it's already been a
25
half
minutes.
an hour.
I know.
All right.
It's
Okay.
like-
Okay. Here we go. Let's see. We talked about we're settling in. We're on our shakedown trip.
Yep.
Oh, you know what? Let's talk about that real quick. Or maybe that's a video. You want to talk about there was a comment on the video tonight. Somebody was super disappointed in me.
Well, it's
Talk
to be
about-
expected.
Stop it. So there was a comment tonight, and I just wanted to share kind of the why behind the what. I'm driving a Bronco, but for 3 years I have been saying, and I still mess up and say it sometimes now. I've been saying, I wanted a Jeep, wanted to get a Rubicon.
Mhm.
That was the plan. The plan changed when we went to the Chicago Auto Show.
Yes.
And we drove a Bronco.
Yeah, that was prior to them releasing.
Yeah.
We actually did a whole video on that. Yeah.
But then also the plan changed. I love the way that a Rubicon looks. And we were going to have something like that winter. We were just going to be here, and then we would just tootle around and go off road, and it wasn't. But then when it moved to where I was going to be chasing, and it was going to be a long drive. I'm just telling you, I love the Jeep, but for driving long distances, 3 to 4 or 5 hours at a stretch, the Bronco is just hands down more comfortable for a long drive. Both great vehicles, but that is why we made the change. I guess we're going to have to do a video about that because we're getting that a lot.
It's actually fast. It's a pretty fast it gets up and boogies pretty quick.
I think that's because of its driver.
Well, no, I was driving when I found out how fast it was.
Oh, well,
So, yeah.
I've not seen you drive it.
I have drove it. So, I don't like driving normally. For most of our marriage, like when we would go out to eat or
This
do
is
whatever.
extra footage they don't
I know.
need. All right.
I like to be chauffeured. And so I would
That
get
gives
in.
you insight to his personality.
And so I would like to just drive, like she can drive. So she had really fast cars and fun stuff, and I would just ride. And she has not had a vehicle for over 3 years. And she honestly does not like my driving much, and being in the truck and towing and all that and the dually. So when she had the opportunity to have a vehicle, this became something that had to be something that she wanted. And I really like the Bronco.
Yes.
I do. I was a Jeep guy. I actually had a Jeep way back in the day. So we have not used it to its capacity currently, but that's coming because we have some really great stuff happening with Bronco Nation and stuff. So we're going to be doing some off-roadios. We're going to do some adventures.
Bronco Nation has its a whole community, a Bronco, and so that was it's a great thing I'm looking forward to plugging into. But hey, that's a whole nother conversation. Okay. 𝗬𝗍𝗶𝗽 I've not seen that name either. I'm getting to see some new names. I love it. Why is my name green?
Why is your name green?
You have he has a dino badge. Because
congrats. You are a member. So you once somebody joined onto the channel, so thank you. And
means you're watching the RV Revolution videos.
And you're also, I don't know if you know this or not, I do campground review videos. So I'm getting ready I shot one today. I'll do a campground review video on the place we're staying on the ocean. So I'll upload that. So that's why I believe you're green.
I believe that is why you're green.
And because you have your little dino badge.
Yeah.
We came up with the little badges and your little things,
like
emojis.
If you see Scott there, he's got the Superman badge because he's been joined for X number of times or for X number of months.
YouTube does this cool thing. So thank you so much. But that's why you're green. Congrats. Appreciate that.
All right. Becky Simmons wants to know if you are comfortable driving that rig yet.
I would say I'm 65% comfortable. It is a different experience, and people cut you off all the time. And I learned this. Some truckers don't like us. I just learned this. All my trucker friends that are following here, when they pull up next to and they see not for hire private and we're driving a big truck and a big RV, sometimes I get a wonderful salute that I did not realize that was not appreciated. But hey, who knew? I didn't know that until I got into this. And I do have, thanks to who got me the CB, Our Roads Less Traveled. So I put the CB in, and I've been using this little thing that's like, it's got chicken calls on it. And it's like talking, oh boy, truckers, love you guys. But man, some days are better than others when I'm listening to the CB, but it's fun. I'll have to do some video footage on some of that. I might have to duck quack a lot of things. So, but yeah, I am chicken foot. We have to embrace this.
Oh, gosh. Some of you are embracing it way too much. Let's just say. All right. Okay. All right. We've got questions. Let's just keep plocking through some of these questions.
Somebody asked, Rick, you said, did you lose your icon? You only lost it because when we were doing the RV Revolution, you probably upgraded to watch. And then when we deleted the RV Revolution series, those that were on there, that whole thing got deleted. So now you would have to go back in, and if you hit join for the $5 feature, then your icon will pop back up. So that's why some people just did not realize that the icons went away when we deleted, because April 1st is when we said we were going to shut that down.
Okay, so I can cross that one off, but somebody else, Leonard asked, I joined the Revolution. Did I fall off at the end of the series? So explain how we moved from one RV Revolution level to
So our commitment to everyone was on April 1st, we were going to shut the RV Revolution level off. And I took all of the videos because the sponsors are no longer doing giveaways on Fridays. So, excuse me. So what I ended up doing is taking all those videos and placing them under the $5 area so you can watch all of the series. There is just no giveaways by the sponsors as of now. And that is available. So that whole series is placed under that. So hopefully that helps.
Whoosh.
Whoosh.
Whoosh. You can tell we haven't done one for a
I know,
while
I'm so rusty.
Well, because we've got great questions.
Yeah.
Okay, Inner Space Available says, how much did you budget for that first year? That first year we were rolling around between 5 and 6. I was a Cobra insurance for our health insurance because my job had paid for our insurance and then went on Cobra. Oh my goodness, that was a ridiculous.
It jumped to like $1,400 a month.
Yeah.
And so there was a lot of expenses that were had to be accounted for at that time.
Tinkerbell, we're going to talk about the huddles here in just a minute. Oh my gosh, you guys, there's so many questions over here. Stay focused, Sheila.
Stay focused.
Rob Lawrence. Not seen that name before.
Rob, Bob, Nana,
no,
Bob.
no.
We do the name game for new people.
We don't do that. We don't do that.
Some names are worse than others.
So Rob, I'm sorry, Rob. Welcome.
Rob.
Do you?
Yeah, some names we just don't do.
Rob has a good question. He asks, how many chicken feet did the spacecraft cost? Okay, so Rob,
how many chicken feet? We're not killing chickens to get an RV.
That's a hard question for us to answer because we have sponsorships helping with this RV, or it's not an RV, it's a trailer, with this trailer. Our first 3 years, we really didn't do a whole lot of sponsorships. No. And then even when we were looking at doing sponsorships for the spacecraft, we don't want to be sponsors that they tell us what we need to say, or here's the script, or here's how many videos.
Nope.
We're looking for partners.
Relationships.
And so people like MoRide and Talona Ridge and Enduro Power Batteries, they have come and 𝐜𝐨𝐦 with RV Solar Solutions and Bronco Nation, and so many others have come along board to partner with us on this. But if you were going to buy and build this spacecraft with the truck or just the spacecraft?
Well, the truck was only, you can buy a used truck for in the 60s, believe it or not. And we did a whole thing on that.
Oh, CDI and haulers.
Yeah, you've got all these different, but when you're talking about spacecraft, my candid answer when everybody asks us that when we're in an RV park is spacecraft can build anything you want. They actually started with truck campers. And through the court, yep, they did. That was their very first start, was truck campers, almost 40 some years ago. As what they've done is now, if you call them and said, hey, I want to do a travel trailer and I only want it to be 28 feet, or I want to do a fifth wheel, or I want to do a semi. So think of anything from 28 feet all the way to 57 feet. The candid answer is, because I listened to Greg talk in spacecraft because we were there so much, what he tells them on the phone, it can be anywhere from an average of $8,000 a linear foot for all the other types of RVs, up to $10,000 a linear foot if you're going to a semi-type chassis. So, and they can go as high and as far as 57 feet because that's as big as they can make it in their facility. So there's your answer. I mean, that's just quick math, you know. I mean, if you're going to do a 42-foot semi-chassis, well, that's $420,000. But everyone walks up and they go, that thing's got to be like $3 million. And I'm like, no, it's less than that. Integra sitting right there.
Right. So
it's that concept. And so you can do anything you want.
Yep. I would say a good rule of thumb measure on a semi chassis is probably that $10,000 a linear foot.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. So that kind of gives you a ballpark.
And it depends on what you put on in it. Like we put an LED wall on the front of ours for our events and stuff. So
yes, there's just little things that you can do. That's the problem is you can do anything you want.
Right.
And so when you're done, if you don't like it, that's on you.
Yes.
I mean,
there's a hitch in my giddy up over here in this corner that I'm not a big fan of, but that's on me.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's just these things, but that's the best answer I can give you because everything's a one of a kind.
Yeah.
So,
okay. More roads to travel on. When are the crew camp? When are the crew camps on the West Coast?
So you want to go over crew camp out? Some people don't even know who they are.
Yes, let's talk about. We have several different types of events. Some people are like, "Oh my gosh, your events are so expensive." Well, we have events that are $5 a person.
Yes.
That's a crew camp out.
Yes.
And those crew campouts are held by our group of volunteers. We have volunteers. They are from our Founders Club. Those are the people that volunteer and help us keep things running. And they are the most amazing, nice people. And I promise you would have a great time. You can check out all of our crew campouts. I'm sure Megan's already put the link in the side when she saw you ask that question. But
𝐿SwitchItup.com.
Yes, they are on the website and they're also on the app. But we'll talk about that in a minute. So we have crew campouts from $5. We have huddles. Our huddles are more expensive. We have crew. We have meetups. Yep. Might be anywhere from $25 to $55. Depends on the catering that we're doing.
Yeah, meals. Like it's generally a meal. It's
usually thing. But catering is what kicks us usually. And a lot of places they aren't going to let you use their building unless you buy their food. So we have crew campouts about $5. Meetups going to be anywhere from $25 to $55, $70, somewhere in there. Then we have crew campouts. No, we have huddles. Those range in price based on all the different activities that we get. And somebody asked a question. I saw it in here. Is there still room at the New York Huddle? There is, and I'm excited about the New York Huddle because we're going to go to Watkins Glen. And if you are not coming to the New York Huddle, but you're going to be in the New York area, upstate New York area, you've got to go check out Watkins Glen.
It is
State
probably
Park.
The most picturesque, and a lot of times it's my screensaver because it is so pretty.
Yeah, it is one of our favorites.
So Sheila kind of danced around this. So let's give you a kind of an idea.
What did I dance around? I answered her question.
You did, but I'm thinking of the 6,000 new people. So think of it this way.
That's very nice.
A huddle is a big group of people, generally about 200 people. We walk into an RV park and say we want all the sites.
Not always.
Well, I mean,
we want 100 rigs.
100 rigs. And that then is catered meals. So, and we might have maybe one potluck. And then it usually has some special activities. Like one time we rented out a boat and did a 70s dance off night. and dinner cruise. One time we took 150 people and we went whitewater rafting. We've done zip lining. We've done a lot. So that's a huddle.
We go and explore the area. We go on adventures together on a huddle.
So from the huddle, we share a lot of different aspects of what we want to do. And that is you building relationships. This is the reason we get into RV life, is to form relationships with other people. So what will happen from a huddle is you're going to get about 6 to 10 really good friends that you start hanging out with. That gives you the opportunity to then possibly go to a crew camp out. So somebody in the Switch crew will host a crew camp out, and then you might go with these new people that you just met, and now those relationships are fostered. Sheila and I are not there. The whole idea of Switch It Up is to foster community, and it isn't a Todd and Sheila show. It is you. It is about your journey. It's about making your friendships and lifelong friendships. And over in the comments, you will find people that have done that, and we are so blessed that that is the core root of what we're doing. And if you keep that in mind, you'll understand kind of these other components, because after a huddle, then you are engaged in something that we do on Zoom calls. And that is basically
it's continuing our community online.
Yep. And then so we have other components to that. Everything is gauged around building the community and building relationships for all of us. And that is kind of like the breakdown of how Switch It Up is kind of morphed and how we continue to go out and do things and build relationships. Does that help? I think that might structure it a little better so they can understand crew campouts and all the different elements.
Yes. She asked if there was any coming to the West Coast.
I know.
Yes.
The answer is yes.
Yes. But you can find those on the website.
Go switchitup.com.
And on the app. And then another question is that it says any huddles coming to Oklahoma. This says Ponca City. Ponca City Lawn Care. Isn't Ponca a town in Arkansas that we go to? I think so. But anyway, we are waiting for a new RV park that is being built down there, and we're watching it with eyes. We like to go out, I guess, and torture ourselves and go to new RV parks that may or may not be finished in time. The one we're headed to a huddle. We have a huddle in 2 weeks. They just finished, and not everything's done, but we're excited.
We've got like 17 minutes.
Oh my gosh. Jeff Wagner, do you have to replace your knee?
No, just torn meniscus. They said maybe 3 to 5 years I might be in enough pain that I might want to do that.
Oh my gosh. Any plans to come to Canada? Yes. I need some patients though. So I'm going to be reaching out to those of you up there. Okay. Are you still planning a huddle in Arizona this winter? It's not going to be a huddle, but we are going to do a rally. Totally different.
It will be our first Switch It Up, but it's going to be under the RV Revolution rally we're going to do.
That'll be in January.
There's going to be a lot of big announcements.
And we've got something super fun and super huge and going to be amazing.
And we can't share it yet because
in January.
We can't.
Arizona.
I so want to spill it.
Don't spill it.
But
you'll make a mess. We're not ready.
I'm not spilling the beans yet. But the fact is hopefully by June, we're going to do something.
June?
Megan, I want to make the announcement in June, Megan. It's going to be
just
4 letters, and it's called epic. It'll be the most epic thing ever done in the RV space, bar none, biggest ever.
Why
Take it to the bank.
At them? Don't yell at them.
They can't. Well, they can turn down their volumes.
Sorry.
That's how big it is.
We're coming to Arizona in January with some fun things.
Epic.
Epic.
Epic. So big that the haters can hate for years.
Stop. We're not negative on this channel.
No, but I'm just
saying. That's not our jam.
It's epic.
Okay. Focus. Okay. How many minutes we got?
I'm so excited about that. I just want
we got 15 minutes. Let's talk about some things real quick, and then I'll try to get back to your questions. Speaking of huddles, our Nevada huddle launches this evening. As soon as this live is over, that's going to be live for everybody to come check out and hang out with us in Nevada.
That'd be the last huddle of the year, actually.
It will
I
be
can't
the last
believe that's
huddle,
even within 6 months.
Yes.
Which is
there's still
crazy.
room. There's still room in New York, but Nevada huddle launches tonight. We talked about the crew campouts. Oh, you said we're not at the crew campouts, but we try to swing by if we can. But we are actually hosting a crew campout on our own in Missouri, near Kansas City. We've got some things we want to show you guys. So there is a crew campout that Todd and I will be hosting. There's a crew campout, and there's also just a dinner. So if you're on here and you don't have an RV, but you follow Todd and I know there's several of you, especially in Kansas City area, come out to Arcadia Moon. We're going to host a dinner out there. We'd love to have you join us. That's also under the crew campout link that Megan has. Okay. Also,
I told you there's a lot. I said it in the thumbnail. There's so much happening.
We are doing so this year we took an experience trip. So we just like to travel and bring all of our friends.
This is big.
And this year we went to Mexico.
This is not a huddle. This is called an experience trip.
Bigger
bucket
than a
list.
huddle.
It's like a bucket list trip.
Yes, it's like things we want to go
like haircuts.
Do together. We went to Mexico and we said, okay, let's take this a test. And everybody said, yes, we need to do these sorts of things. So we are doing a crew cruise July 27 to August 3rd of 2025. Mm-hmm. And Megan will put the details over here on the side for you. We've got we're going with Norwegian Cruise Lines. We're going on their Encore ship. We are going to have an amazing time, and you can book your cabin. You need to put down a $250 deposit, and then you have between now and like 120 days before the cruise to be able to go on and pay for that. And there's all kinds of things. We also have we're going to go on a whale watching thing together on that trip. We're going to have a great time. So come join us in Alaska in 2025. That's next summer.
There's already a ton of people.
It's going to be so much fun.
We're selling it out.
It's going to be so much fun.
I am blown away.
We just keep grabbing more cabins because you get 15% off. And then if you are military, Megan also has a link for you. If you're a past military, there's a form you can fill out and you can get an additional 10% off.
So XP trips, we came up with the idea because we like to get out of the RV on occasion, and we still have bucket list things that we want to do. And Alaska is a bucket. So her brother is living in Ketchikan now. It is a bucket list, once in a lifetime experience. My dad's even going to come. We're so excited about that. It is not something we're doing all the time. We're thinking it's going to be maybe once a year, and it could be anywhere. It could be to get out of the RV on an occasion is not a bad thing. So
and so we can still do community outside of the RV on a boat.
So this year, if you're following, we'll recap. Savannah, Georgia is where we're heading for our first huddle of the year. It's already done. It's booked. All the cater numbers are everything. So that's closed. The next one will be up in New York, and at the New York huddle, that would be the one that's there. From there, we're looking at Hershey, Pennsylvania being there. And then our last huddle of the year, well, we're going to go to the Albuquerque Balloon Festival this year, and we might do something there. And then the last huddle will be in Vegas, in Nevada. And that will culminate, and we'll probably stay out that way for the epic thing ever out in Arizona starting 2025.
You yelled at them again. Does epic mean loud?
It's epic. So that synopsis, like I just squished it down into kind of having, and everything's on the Go Switch It Up website.
Okay, but let's talk about Paul wants to know if we're coming to New Hampshire this year, and we are, because we're going to go do a Bronco off rodeo with our friends with Bronco Nation out there in New Hampshire. So I'm excited about that. I'm going to learn how to use this Bronco.
And some of you might actually learn as well.
Yes, some of you can go for a ride. Won't that be fun?
More details later.
Okay, yeah. All right.
You got 10 minutes.
Okay, we keep telling you to go to the website for this information, but we have something even better than the website.
Even though we built the spacecraft last year, we have been super hard at work laying the groundwork for what's happening right now.
Wouldn't it be cool?
Wouldn't it be cool?
Let's talk about some vision for why even have an app. People are like, why
a lot of you might not even know we have an app.
We do have an app.
This was born out of the idea of building community. And everyone, we all split and go our different ways and trying to keep track and talk to people. So wouldn't it be awesome if we had an app where everyone, now you can be on the map, there's a map. And on this map, it's not going to be pinpoint location, so I can't come knock on your door. It's going to be like a 30-mile radius of where you may be. But if you with some people and you built relationships, you can message on the app back and forth. You can make a group in your app for everyone that you want to communicate with. You can send pictures. You can on the app see where the crew campouts are. You can on the app find the huddles.
All of our events are there, and you also
app see where the crew campouts are. You can on the app find the huddles.
All of our events are there, and you also all of our events are there, and you also there's our latest video is there.
Yep.
There are some fun features coming though.
This is the app, and it is free. There's two versions. The first version is free and has a lot of the components.
It's the same version. It's just a in-app purchase.
So the second part of it is $5 a month. And you're like, well, why? Well, what we're doing and what's getting ready to happen is that let's say that you wanted to go, say, to Tolona Ridge and you wanted to maybe save a little money. And there's going to be perks that come with those in that scenario. So you're going to be able, the free side is here. On the back side, we're going to try to provide value. But the whole idea here is this right here. The whole idea is to be able to go on this app. And right now,
don't zoom out that far. That's
I'm just going to do
overwhelming.
The East Coast. On the app, there's over 750 of us currently. I'd like to see over 1,000 soon. But a lot of them, if you're on this app and you have not put your picture in, please put your picture in.
There's Gary and Teresa.
There's Gary and Teresa. And then down here, you can see they like to go bicycle riding, hiking, and kayaking, and probably look for tree crabs.
So if you're in that area and you're like, oh, I'm looking for some like-minded individual that likes to do the same things, then you can message them and see if you guys wanted to connect for, go to dinner or go on a hike, go for a bike ride. But I was also talking with my friend Nancy and Cheese yesterday because we met up with them. We knew that we were in their area because of the app. So we met up, and just even the little simple peace of mind of thinking like, okay, ladies, if something happens and I'm not driving the map, like I'm not going to tow this thing. But if something happens and I needed to get it moved, I can use that map also to just reach out and look for crew that is nearby me and say, hey, is anybody available that can maybe help me? We've got this issue. Like you can that's what our crew is. We are a community. And so that app is allowing our community to be able to see each other, reach out to each other.
Or think of it this way. As we grow this, let's say that we talk to switch crew that happen to be RV repair techs.
Right.
And on this app, on the map, you can see all the different RV repair techs across the United States that if you have an issue, you'll be able to message them. There's so many applications for doing this.
We're going to put out special videos to those people, but wouldn't it be cool? Like something that I would really love to be able to get to. Let's say that a hurricane comes through the east coast of Florida. And we can look and see, okay, in this area of Florida,
we have 250 people within 100 miles.
Let's send them a blast out message and say, we're going to meet here in this location because we are self-sustaining. We have a place that we're going to all park. Let's meet in this church parking lot.
We all have RVs,
and then we're going to go help that community because of that disaster. Like we have just
like our
things we would love to do.
We were thinking like one of the disasters with the LED wall. a lot of times in that situation, people are trying to find their loved ones. So on the LED wall, we were thinking that we could turn that into a place where people can see, okay, so-and-so has been found, so-and-so can go to this location.
Yeah, your friend here is located.
And I really think it really pairs to so many different aspects of building the community and mobilization and building, I don't know, just so many amazing opportunities.
Right.
And we'll just see.
There's so much we can do. I know that 700, like the 750 is a little overwhelming. So hopefully within the next month, you'll start to see a lot of new things happening with the app within the next 30 days. Mm-hmm. That there'll be filters where you could filter out and see like, okay, I know these people, or these are my friends. And then you can filter down around there, but then you can also remove that and look at all the crew in your area. But our friend Matt.
Yeah, we just did a video.
With Matt's RV review, going to do something fun for us this week.
So he is doing something, and we are getting nothing from this, okay? This is a win-win for both of us. This is the way I see it. So number one, he is launching a new website for his liquefied. If you were part of the RV Revolution, he gave you a free bottle, okay? He launched, because of that, he was having to hand mail them out. And he was like, man, I kind of got swamped. So he started making his own website. So he said, hey, listen, would you guys, I need a smaller test group. Would you guys be willing to be a test group? So what we're going to do is I think on Tuesday, we'll release a video from Matt, and he's going to give a free bottle of liquefied away. You can do that.
You just have to pay for shipping.
Yeah, it's like $5 for shipping. But the win-win comes into play. He can test his website. You get a bottle of liquefied for a discount, obviously $5 or whatever it's going to be for the shipping. And we get to test our app to see integrations and making sure messaging and all that stuff works. So if you sign up for the app, like I said, it's free. You can go to your app store, find it, switch it up app. And Tuesday, when that comes out, you'll be able to see that information. And then if that's something you're interested in, you can order a bottle of liquefied, and it's a win for all of us just to kind of do like a little testing and stuff. So
we need to put the links for the app in the over here on the side for the Play Store and for in Apple, just to keep things easy for you to find. But just download that. You're going to be able to get your free liquefy. Yeah. We'll send that out to you on Tuesday.
And again, this is a work in progress. So another 30, 60 days from now, there's going to be some huge like rollout stuff. And we're looking forward to that announcements as we're doing, here we go again. We're doing something that nobody else has really done. So therefore it's a learning. We're in it together.
They have an app, but it's different.
Yeah, it is different.
We have ours with all of our events and our videos and our sponsors and brand deals, because we want to provide amazing value for you guys. We have lots of things we want to do with the app that I think you guys are going to love, but just come join us on that journey. We have 3 minutes. We need to go through these.
Go through
fast.
Questions.
Here we go. Rapid fire on questions. Oh gosh, some of them just cannot be rapid fire. Spikers, hi. So does the bike garage have an electrical plug so you can plug the bike in on a battery tender?
No.
Rapid fire.
That's on my list. So that is coming. Because
Rick Lane, is Todd officially on the CB as Chickenfoot?
I am. I have made my public announcement. Chickenfoot out. And truckers don't care. Truckers don't use, believe it or not, I have not heard anyone really using any kind of names.
Rand, hi Rand, haven't seen you for a while. On local get-togethers, the crew campouts, do you get a hold of the resort or the host? Once you sign up for the crew campout, here's the hard thing with the way Eventbrite does that. It gives you here's your order information, but then if you scroll all the way down through that email, it gives you what to do next. So it'll give you like, hey, here's your contact for who your host is, and here's what you need to do next to get your RV site.
There's a reason we have to use Eventbrite, and that is because we don't want to get in any trouble. And Eventbrite handles, like in certain areas like Florida and stuff, there's taxes that are associated. So we had to find a way. That's why it's $10. We had to find a way to protect ourselves and still organize in a manner that everyone be able to be communicated with. And that. So
each state still wants their tax.
They
Imagine
still
that. Charlie and Becky Simmons, can you sign up for Hershey yet? Not yet. Hopefully June.
We'll probably put it in the app.
We will put it in that. Rick Lane, when are you arriving to the South Carolina huddle? We want to watch Todd's backing up skills.
Oh no. Come on now. I'm already
awesome.
I'm already nervous. Like I don't even it gets like we're supposed to be moving next week and I'm kind of worried about the next park.
Catherine, Mike wants to talk to Todd about building a truck. Absolutely. The best thing to do is you can either message inside of the app or inside of our Founders Club platform. That'd be a great way. And then Mike and him can connect and have that conversation.
And then I can kind of steer you with what Jesse does, how he does it, and then kind of maybe give you some ideas on pricing. It is always, again, HDTs for sale used. I mean, if you look at the prices, they ended up getting this great HDT was already modified for a car. So going that route might be a cheaper instance for a lot of people. And you can find HDTs already modified from 50 to 80,000 like all day long.
Yeah.
It just depends on what your mission profile is, what they call it, would be.
What you're wanting to do. Somebody asked up here why I am choosing to chase and not have.
Oh, we're going to do a video on that.
We are going to do a video on that. But in order to put the motorcycle and the toys that we wanted on site, that was just a choice to put those things on the truck instead. If we would,
there's a bubble again. Who's doing the bubble?
Way to squirrel him, people.
Sorry.
We're out of time and you just squirreled him. But if we were going to put like a Jeep and the motorcycle and the kayaks and the paddleboards and the e-bikes, that truck would just keep getting ridiculously long. And so we just had to make a choice. I chose an office, a bonus room, an office, a place for our grandkids to stay or Megan to stay when she comes to huddles, that sort of thing, over space to put the toys in our trailer. And so that's why I was like, okay, we're going to spend this season chasing.
Yes.
And we'll do a video on that. But that is why
I got to figure out how to get that bubble.
Oh my goodness. Yvette wants to know. So I enjoy driving on my own. It's only 3 to 5 hours. Most of the time, Megan and I are going through and working on things. So then that helps Megan and I have a meeting time. And then that doesn't take that meeting time away from when Todd and I are here and needing to do stuff. So that's great. But also, I get tired wanting to listen. He likes talk radio.
I like talk radio.
I like talk radio.
I like rap music.
No, I don't like rap music.
And I like it loud. And I like
loud music.
70s music. And I like.
He likes old country.
I love old country. And I like to listen to music. And so when we ride together, we tend to not do that because we don't want to annoy each other. It's true.
But I enjoy driving. I just enjoy driving. I just enjoy that. Okay. Leonard Long wants to know how Bronco Nation come on board with Switch It Up. Oh my goodness. That is just an amazing story. How this whole journey, why we're even on the road for 4 years,
miracle,
starting our 4th year, is just, we can look back and we just see how everything has just been woven together. We will need to share that. We'll share that with you on a video about.
If you haven't seen it, I know there's a lot of new people.
I don't know my Bronco Nation number. I need to learn that.
Yeah, you need to learn that.
I'll check it out.
To have a backstory of us, and for all the new people that are watching, just YouTube search One Lucky Penny documentary, and you'll see this crazy journey that happened about 12, 13, 14 years ago. And you'll have a pretty good understanding of who we are and how God's turning this crazy journey as round 2. And we can't even make it up. I mean, it is such a huge blessing on so many levels. And it is literally all of us together doing something. Our mission statement is we are a movement of people coming together to inspire others, create community, and impact the world. That is what we as a community are doing. And that's what Sheila and I and the team, we all center around. And as we go through vision and what we want to do, and the Founders Club is part of that, the Founders Club launching the crew campouts, the Founders Club helping us, they're the ones that support us and keep us going. And we could not do enough things, say enough thank yous, because the whole reason 40,000 people coming up in the next week are part of Switch It Up is because a small group of people decided they were going to give a little bit financially to hold us together. And we don't talk about Founders Club very often. And it is such a huge blessing on so many levels. We look at it as, we know we got to do all the free things because not everyone can afford to do stuff. And that's what we want to do, is build community. But let's be realistic. The only way, we couldn't sell enough t-shirts. There's not enough things we could do. YouTube, believe it or not, I'm sorry, I'm on a tangent.
Yeah, we got to hurry.
YouTube, believe it or not, we make a whopping $1,900 a month on YouTube.
And then you got to pay taxes on that.
Let that soak in. Like, you have to have a channel of 100 or 200 or 300,000 subscribers or 500,000 subscribers, like some of the big channels, to sustain and do things without the support of other people. The only reason you see Switch It Up is because those that have surrounded themselves, and we thank you. There's 266 people giving their time to watch this right now. You don't understand that the impact that you're making by liking, commenting, suggesting, those little things, all it does is spread the message. And it's just a blessing. It is a God-inspired blessing, and it's humbling. And I cannot say it enough. And we joke around a lot and stuff, but we believe there is a bigger purpose happening right now. And we are just following according to his will. And we are just going to keep walking. And this behind us, this is just stuff. That's all it is. We live like this. And if God says next year, hey, congratulations, we're switching it up and we go another path, so be it. But we are marching to what we feel being led to do. And that is involving ourselves in your lives and you involving in other people's lives and forming that movement.
Absolutely.
That's my soapbox right at the moment. So I just,
well, let's see if we can give Todd, like, let's make his day. It looks like if you guys hit that little like button up there to like the video, he might see the bubble. Let's see. Somebody
people said that, but I don't think that's what it is. Well, I think it's a special
like it, and let's see if this little thumbs
Thanks,
up.
Thanks, guys. Roads Less Travel. Thank you so much.
I hope they had a great time in Mexico.
But that didn't give us a bubble either.
No, but somebody hit. There's one. Nope, it didn't do that.
I'm telling you, somebody has got some special talent to make a thought bubble with a thing that comes over our head. I don't know what that is.
Okay. We know it's been an hour and 7 minutes. If you guys got to go, I'm going to finish these questions though, because your questions.
Have they done their crew camp out yet?
They are coming to the huddle.
I know, but aren't they doing a crew camp out too?
Yeah, it's not that they just had their son get married, so they got to.
Sorry, we're squirreling.
We're squirreling. Oh, yeah, that's not. Okay.
Our Roads Less Traveled. They're the ones that got me the CB.
Mark
so
Bivens says. Mark Bivens, do we know you? Like, in Kansas City? Like, we know Mark Bivens.
Go ahead. What do you say?
I don't have an RV, but I follow you. Have you heard the subtropics? That's the caves in Kansas City. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Aren't you?
There's a voice from the past.
Oh, okay. Jeff Winbigler, how do you get your book? That is on Amazon, and you can find it in the Amazon
store. So yes,
store.
I wrote a book. It's basically it's like a Dare to Dream type book for the one lucky penny, and yeah, that's on Amazon.
Okay, Inner Space Available asks that given the opposites attract, how did the two of you meet?
We met at K-State, and we are a blended family, and so she was at school, I was at school. My buddy was trying to ask her out. I was working on a paper and I had really long flowing locks, and I come out and I was like, yeah. And she was like, wow, that's a hot guy. But I had a girlfriend. So, and my buddy, he couldn't pull the moves right. And then she suckered me in later, won my heart. Is that how the story went?
There's two sides to every story, people. Remember that. Always.
I still have great hair.
But we did meet in college.
K-State.
Yep, we sure did.
I was
Okay, cheese. I'll call you. Okay. Ken and Carla asked if Matt's bobblehead is in the cabinet as little Ken. There's only room for little Ken in our cabinet.
That's a long story, guys. You have to watch the video
bottle.
From the huddle in, where was that? We did the huddle where Ken almost drowned.
Not funny. Not funny.
We can laugh now, kid.
No.
What do you do when you take a man in his 70s and throw him outside of a boat, tell him to swim? He looks at me, he's like, help! And I'm like, keep swimming, kid!
Now everybody's just so excited to come hang out with us.
Oh, we have so many great stories. You guys, if you come to one of the events in a huddle, it is such an amazing thing for relationships. I truly I love all of the stories we have with all of you. It's so fun.
Fred says that he loves the new app. Do spouses need a separate subscription? Since it's on your phone, that's a good question for Ed.
IT.
Ed, IT. Ed's going to answer
He'll
that
work
question
on it.
over there.
He'll work on it.
He's going to type it over there right now. That's our IT guy. Okay, breaking free. What would you do different with the new rig?
With this rig? Oh, man. There's, like, if you're going to go down that path, there's a lot. Like, there's so much. From the planning phase takes 5 to 6 months.
She asked, the question
what
was,
would
what
we
would we do different?
I would rethink the macerator toilets and at least one of the bathrooms, because it does use a lot of water if we're going to boondock. That's number one. Number two, probably the position of some of the things in the underbelly. We would have probably moved some things around so we'd have better storage. We'd probably rethink how we get up to the roof to get onto the top deck, but we ran out of time. So we could have designed something that would have been like a fold down ladder from the ceiling to make it just easier to walk up and down.
Yeah, I wonder if that can be a retrofit.
Yeah, that's a whole different animal. We would probably remake our railings on our our back patio and our side patio, because they're too thick. But
as far as like floor plan, layout, decor, I wouldn't change any of that.
That's all good.
Yeah.
Yeah. And would we go bigger? Like,
no.
We're 54 feet. Would you add the 3 feet? I mean, at that, I don't think so.
No, I don't think so.
We're all right. I mean, would we go smaller? As of now, no, because we've been all right.
What's our third place?
Well, I mean, we've been all right.
Yeah. And we're headed to the New England coast. That ought to be fun.
We will say that at some point. Good old Darren. I do want to land a helicopter on here at some point.
For those of you that
if you don't know Darren gets me in trouble.
Darren is
he's an instigator.
Darren is in the Darren and Tina are in the helicopter space.
And I think Darren's over in Taiwan right now.
I think so. So he should be sleeping or something, but that man doesn't sleep much. Okay. Russell wants to know, how do you support on the app?
How do we support on the app?
I'm wondering if he's like, we're going to have sponsors on the app and you want to be on the app, as far as like you have you're a tech or something like that.
That's a good question.
Oh, I don't know if that's what he means though. So we might have to circle back around to that one.
Yeah. I don't have an answer.
Yeah, I'm not sure. And Yvette wants to know if the border hookups will play on our new patio. I'm sure that will happen at least once.
They're staying west right now. I believe they're still west.
We'll check in with them, but I'm sure in the lifespan of this this trailer, I am sure that our friends will hop on here.
Yep. They're very fun.
I'm sure we'll have Ryan out again too.
Mm-hmm.
And
there's a lot of special things.
We got something back to January.
Epic.
Speaking of that, we have a meeting with those epic people tomorrow.
It's a big deal.
Okay.
If you came to Switch It Up and this is your first time,
here's a fire hose.
Congratulations.
We just gave you all the things. Check out the crew campouts and the huddles.
We're even 15 minutes over. Like, we don't ever do that.
Check the app. Do all the things. And we'll do this again in June.
People were
Oh,
asking
don't
about
forget-
merch. Is merch still a thing?
On the store, there's
It's going to be in the store.
It's in
Are
the
we
store.
doing anything new coming?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
We got too many other epic things to do.
Okay.
Okay.
That's fair.
Oh, look, new fan, Scott. We're so glad you're here. Okay, check out the Nevada Huddle. Make sure you like this little doodle up there.
The
and then
doodle
do the little doodle. Oh, there's Ed saying they would need to log in with the same account. Otherwise, yes, spouse would need a separate subscription.
Huh.
Oh,
Okay.
yes, Founders Club members and spouses. You can have your own accounts if you're in the Founders Club. And if you're in the Founders Club, you do not pay for the app. What are you doing?
Fell off the video. This is the slide.
Goodbye.
So, no,
Goodbye.
you can't do that.
What? I'll say goodbye. Okay.
Listen,
Hey, listen.
Linda.
Listen.
Linda, listen.
No, wrong way. It's the opposite.
I'm trying to get back up here to say
No.
goodbye.
I'm going to say goodbye. We appreciate you guys. Go check out the app so you can get your free liquid vitamin
You're sitting
app
on
this
my
week.
lap, little girl.
Shush.
You're like Santa Claus. What would you like for Christmas?
Goodbye, you guys. See you next time. Good night. What are you doing?